I was starting to think I'd never see the day. Oh yeah, we got power. We're turning the lights on. The solar powered one day Bitcoin mining farm endeavor that I've been on. That crazy guy that you make fun of in the comments, Drew Vosk on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. You should have just bought the coin, or you should go back to growing real corn. The only corn I want is Bitcoin. I'm pretty hyped today. There's been a lot of bad things going on lately in the crypto market, in my personal life, in the business side of all of this. But yes, we have, what the hell was that? You know, it's always a little weird being out in the woods basically by yourself. But anyway, we got power turned on. So, and we have more than that. The building is almost entirely wired. The lights are in, and we're going to be running electricity for the mining shed tomorrow. I'm going to show you all of this today if you care at all. So this is the mining farm update and kind of how things have been going. We got porch lights in, and I just want to walk you through what I did, why, and everything in between. And you know, I hope that this turns out to be a good investment. If not, well, guess I rugged myself, which is a lot more enjoyable than getting rugged by scammers like SBF, among others. So we're in, yes. This is really just a staging area right now, as we're building our house out here, and obviously all this mining stuff. So the lights in here are not on yet. The porch lights, on the other hand, they are on a sensor, or they can just be forced on, as you can see. We also have cameras up, audible alarms, things like that. I'm not too worried out here, but you know, I just need something to alert me to grab the GAT, and then, you know, we get to scrapping. Sensor turns on the lights in here. So this is the RV garage, but has a couple functions. So in addition to eventually being an RV garage, it also is wired for mining rigs. So in the winter, I will heat this entire building just with excess heat of the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency mining rigs. In the hotter months here in Virginia, those will just be moved to one of the dedicated mining buildings, and you know, there'll be adequate airflow to take care of that. But in here, I've got 30 amps dedicated for mining on 240 volt, and then I have a bunch of 120 volt outlets with another 60 amps or so if I want or need it. Down here, we have a bunch of outlets wired with 120 volt, but also we have dedicated circuits for mining here, again 60 amps down here, because this will function as a test bench, a repair pad, and again, setting miners up to have this place nice and toasty. I don't care if it's 0 degrees outside, it's gonna be 80 in here in summertime. So now we can get to an area where there's better lighting, because there is lighting. So we're going upstairs, and this will be somewhere between a YouTube studio, a clean mining area. So let me turn these lights on. So I just did disc lights all around, about like 800 lumens or so, 4,000 kelvins. So we have like that kind of natural sunlight color on these lights. And so, you know, if I'm doing like, say, hard drive mining and I don't want it in the dirty mining farm, even though there'll be filters and everything like that, that's something I would put up here, and just have a nice area where these things can run without a bunch of air flowing through, which even when it's filtered has a big, you know, chance to just get things dirty over time. This also gives me a good area to build whatever I want to build, whether, you know, that's altcoin mining rigs, maybe if GPU mining can be revived. As far as repairs, that'll take place downstairs. That's going to be more like a workshop area. But yeah, so I'm just pretty excited, pretty stoked with how this is all finally coming together. The electricity is incredible because I can throw some mining rigs in here, be warm, and that's all I freaking need. I can bring food, I can bring water. We've got a porta potty out here. It's not your boy's dream, but you know, it's totally usable, and even with my humble beginnings, livable. So the cool thing is I put everything on a dimmer, so I have full light control in that regard with the ceiling lights. And you know, if I need to use just some stand-up lights or any kind of shots or anything, you know, obviously that's an option as well. So let's head over to the mining shed, and also I'll show you more about how all the wiring was trenched, which was a big concern because the bill for all of that wiring, I'm not used to having lights, the bill for all of that wiring could have been well over $100,000, originally spec'd to be like, you know, $125,000 in a bill. Absolutely terrifying, yes. Fortunately, because of our expected electricity consumption and how they're trying to bankroll us with the bill, there actually was no installation charge for all of this. So this is trenched, as you can see. Got to fix the gravel up, unfortunately for me, but the trenching, you know, is much more than just that, which I'll show you. Going back and forth with my electric company, it was a very interesting experience. I've talked to others, you know, I've had smaller engagements, but you know, this is a major project. We pulled 1,200 amps, single phase, out here. So basically 3 400 amp services. We're working through the design and permitting process to pull 3-phase out here. I wanted single phase because it was already here. 3-phase has to be pulled from off our lot, which is again another one of those just bigger endeavors. But look down this drive, you can see, as far as you can see, it's trenched. And to put it into perspective, everything you see here, right, multiply that by 5, probably 6, 7 maybe, and that is where the underground trenching terminates. And they put a new pole in and ran this entire service off of it. Got a dummy transformer down there, just to, you know, do any kind of testing, detect faults in the line there. And of course we had to trench all the way down here, because as we go down this, you can see that we get to our dedicated mining area. Took some measurements. It's about 300 feet from what, you know, VoskCoin HQ. I still, no name is really stuck other than just the simple first name that was the placeholder, which was the field building. So I don't know, you know, you start to just kind of feel like a douchebag, like, yeah, this is, my name's Vosk, and this is the VoskCoin HQ, and we do that mining thing, and farmers only. And it's like, whoa. So I'll come down here and you can see what we're dealing with. We've got 2 services installed, meters in, panels up. They are hot, they are rocking, they are rolling. So this kind of brings us to the next endeavor. I have a lot of idle mining gear. I need to deploy it. I was hit bad with the FTX BlockFi, just debacle, put it lightly. And you know, I'm easing off the gas some. I got to be careful kind of what I do. To be frank, the war chest has been severely damaged, which is just, you know, devastating, really. But I've come this far. I can't stop. I can't give up. And these electric companies also can't seem to be bothered with packing the dirt down. So as you can see, they gave me a nice dip here. So just like the crypto market, we're also dipping. So one of my million things on my to-do list to fix up, including all these dang weeds. I should have put down the landscaper wrap under the gravel, but I was trying to cut costs a little bit, and now it's just gonna cost me more and waste my time. So this is one of the 3 services This is getting a dedicated mining shipping container, which will probably, hopefully, be my next video. It's supposed to be here within a week. So very excited. So that may be the next mining farm update video. If not, it'll be the mining shed. I'm trying to get this thing all wrapped up and situated as well. They really both serve a similar purpose, but with this, I can cut into it and do anything I need to do, right? One thing in particular, which I've talked about, is I really want to deploy an immersion setup here, but I'm not quite sure exactly which one and what gear is going to get in there. So we'll just have to see. Moving forward is pretty simple for me. You know, I'm just trying to make it happen. I need to get these final just things buttoned up. Gonna be trenching Ethernet throughout the yard. I know there's a couple different ways to do it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and bring in the trencher and trench some line across. You can safely run Ethernet 300 feet with no problem. So that's what I'll be doing. And that way I'll be able to connect, you know, the field building and these mining containers. Just have a simple hard wired setup there. Starlink is going to be our internet service for now. Surprisingly, unbeknownst to me, until I just came over here one day and saw a Verizon truck and he was digging around, they just put in Verizon internet service, and so it's not hot yet, but it's almost hot. So that'll be a new hardwire internet option for me, whereas previously Xfinity cable was the only option, and they were talking something like $40,000 if they even felt like it, which they didn't really feel like it, to bring hardwired service out to me. And you know, I need hardwired internet. I know there's things like Starlink and things like that, but you know, this is my lifeblood with the mining farm, as well as just with the VoskCoin YouTube side of all of this. So very excited to get a better internet option out here, as well as probably going to be a much more affordable internet option out here. But you know, we'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up and they either say no or their bill is somehow even worse, because for some reason they think it's okay to bill you for the infrastructure and then bill you indefinitely for the service as well. So that's all I've got today, guys. As always, you're on VoskCoin, home of our CMO, our Chief Mining Officer. That's gonna be Tails Vosk, the cutest pup in the game. Let me know what questions you have. If you have any input or advice, I'll go ahead and link out our thread on VoskCoin Talk, where I've got just trying to compile all the good advice, everything that you guys have had. Obviously, we have the Discord server. Love to connect with you, and you connect with other 50,000 crypto miners in there. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna keep fighting for now. You know, I want to give up many days. I hope you do as well. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Join me on this crazy crypto journey. I will see you on the next one.